But I was actually looking through a case of some old stuff, right? So this is crazy. I think this stream is gonna be fun, right? So I was looking through a case of some old stuff that I had, and I came across these Yo MTV rap cards I got, right? So, I mean, if you don't know what Yo MTV Raps is, it was pretty much a platform that was around in the 90s, I think, like maybe late 80s, early 90s. It was essentially one of the first, if not the first, rap platforms. You know what I'm saying? One of the first platforms to put artists on. And so I bought these packs. These packs are all authentic. Like I said, these are really from, I guess at the time, I don't know if this was like a particular promo set or if this was something they were already doing, but it says 1991 special offer from promo set. If I remember correctly, oh yeah, there it is, right? They're giving away a contest, or they were giving away a contest where you could win a trip to New York. So it says a trip to New York City and see Yo MTV Raps live plus other great prizes. So they feel legit. They feel like real cards. You know what I'm saying? And so I was going through the cards. I was going through the ones that I picked out, and it was interesting, man. It was real interesting because there were, of course, some greats in there. You know, if you know hip hop, there were some legacy acts in there. But then I was going through these joints, and it was some artists that I had never heard of, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was so interesting to me because I think that current music era gets a lot of flack for creating forgettable artists, right? We hear all the time, man, nobody's gonna remember these artists in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. But it's interesting because every era has artists that isn't or doesn't get remembered decades or years out, right? Every genre deals with it. You know what I'm saying? You can go to your local record shop, your local vinyl store or thrift store, and you can walk alongside the walls and see vinyl records from bands and artists that you've never heard of, artists that didn't stand the test of time. So, and I'll just give y'all an example, right? So, like, Bill Bell DeVoe, right? Come on, we all know Bill Bell DeVoe. We all know Bill Bell DeVoe, right? Legendary act. And then we got the Beastie Boys, right? Who doesn't know who the Beastie Boys is? But then, it started getting to some motherfuckers I ain't know, right? Like, who is rapping is fundamental. I never heard of that before. And this is no shade. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the super most hip hop head type of guy. But I never heard of rapping is fundamental. Or like the Afros, bro. Who are the Afros? Who has heard of the Afros? Who knows who the Afros is? Who knows what their biggest song is? I don't know. So what I thought would be fun to do on this stream is, like I said, I got a couple packs of unopened cards, right? At least like four. And so I thought it would be fun to open up a pack on stream and let's look into the artists and see what the artists got going on. Let's see who's still legendary. You know what I'm saying? Let's see who's still kicking and making moves today. And let's see who faded into history and obscurity. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that should be fun. What y'all think? Y'all think it'll be hard? And I want to make it a little bit of a history lesson. Like, I'm not going to be mean about it and I'm not going to be unfair. I'm going to actually play as much music from these artists as Twitch or TikTok will allow me to. Because I think it adds context if we can see what those artists were doing back then. I kind of want to see where they are today. Like, if we can, what's good, Jay Pitts? I want to see where these artists are today if we can. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I thought it'd be fun just to open up a pack on stream, see who we get, check them out. And like I got like 5 packs, so we got at least like 4 or 5 weeks worth of these if y'all fuck with it, if y'all rock with it. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and do this live, bro. Let's see who we get. And if you a true hip hop head, because like I said, I consider myself a hip hop connoisseur, but by no means am I a hip hop historian. I don't put that label on myself. So if you know who some of these artists are, and you hear me getting ready to be ignorant, please stop me. Please stop me and give me a little bit of lessons. And I'm gonna do another bonus too. Before I even look through these cards, for every dupe I pull, I'm gonna give a sub. Cause the last pack I had like 4 LL Cool J's. I'm not counting that pack. Like, that pack don't count because they loved LL Cool J back then. So motherfucker might pop up with 13 cards or something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give a sub for every dupe that I get, and this is how we gonna do this, right? So I'm gonna pull the card. I already got it open so y'all can see. Oh shit, this one got a little booklet in it. I already got them open. I'm gonna pull the card. I'm gonna read what the card says. So all the cards have like a little bio on them of the artist and like a fun fact. I'm gonna read the card. We're gonna take a look at their Spotify. We're gonna play like 1 or 2 videos from their YouTube. And we just gonna kind of rock it out from there. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, bro, this is probably gonna be interesting. I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna learn something here. First card we got EPMD. EPMD. I know EPMD, bro. Super legendary. I think they might have been one of like the very first like couple of groups, right? So it says EPMD names Eric Sermon and Paris Smith. Eric and Paris have started to produce other rap acts. Oh, so this is at the top. This fact came at the top of their career when they were starting to produce. Eric and Paris have started to produce other rap acts. Paris produced K Solo's debut album, Tell the World My Name, and Eric is producing for a new rapper named Redman, label Def Jam. So if y'all don't know, on the back of the card, like I said, it has like a little fun fact. It tells you their real names, and then it tells you what label they're signed to. So they were signed to Def Jam, real name Eric Sermon and Paris Smith. And the fun fact about them is that they were just getting ready to produce for a little known artist named Redman. Oh my God, isn't this crazy? So let's look at EPMD, because I ain't gonna cap like I'm just like I said, I've heard them before. But I ain't gonna cap like I could tell you like their biggest song or anything off the top of my head. Because where are they from? They're like New York rappers, right? Okay, 650,000 monthly listeners. We up. Says biggest hit is called The Joint, You Got to Chill. So what's the biggest song? The Joint? Let's do The Joint. Let's check this out, man. Let's get a little lesson in for everybody. Yo, this is only 4 minutes, but I feel like I got the vibe. So okay, so EPMD verdict. Still legendary, still here. Do they got socials? EPMD. Oh, like, are they still active? Okay, no, they still active. They just had, it was like a cipher. Oh yeah, it was a cipher, man. A Legends only cipher. Okay. No, so they're still active. All right, point 1. EPMD legendary act still active. So this is solid so far, man. I'm gonna let y'all know when I get to somebody I ain't never heard of. And like I said, bro, if you find something, if I'm being disrespectful, if I'm being shady, I ain't trying to be. Just like I said, I'm not a hip hop historian. I ain't never heard of some of these artists, at least from the pack I was looking at before. So far, I know these people. Because next we got Mr. Def Jam himself, LL Cool J, right? Real name James Todd Smith. Fun fact: Mama Said "Knock You Out" is LL Cool J's 4th platinum album. The first 3 are Radio from 1985, Bigger and Deffer from 1987, and Walking with a Panther in 1989. And in November of 1989, LL donated his prize Kango and gold chain to the Hard Rock Cafe in New York City. Label Def Jam. Hey, Def Jam was eating back then, bro. Def Jam had like, this isn't from the pack I'm going through right now. From the pack I was looking at before all this, bro. But Def Jam had like 90% of the rappers back then signed to them, bro. It was crazy. But I feel like we all know LL Cool J. Do I need to play a LL Cool J song? You know what? In the spirit of the game, in the spirit of the whole game, let's go take a look at everything, man. Let's see what, because LL Cool J just dropped the album like last year, right? So his numbers are probably still kind of crazy. I don't think he's fair to add to this. Oh yeah, 3.7. Damn, he got 3.7 million. I thought LL Cool J would be bigger than that. I thought he'd at least be around like 8 to 10. You know what I'm saying? Did he just drop an album? Or drop one not too soon? Oh yeah, The Force. That's the one that had the Sweetie joint and the Eminem joint. Okay, that's crazy, but he had it because that Eminem joint went crazy viral on TikTok. I think it did. I would think his numbers would be higher than that. Cool J was working, bro. Cool J one of the last artists that work like he knew his fuck. But let's see what song would have been popping for him at that time, man. Cool J, this came out in, so these cards came out in 91. Let's do a Cool J from 1991. I'm trying to find one that got the picture he got in this joint. Oh, that's the same one with the black hat. I think it's around the same time. Around the Way Girl. I'm 1,000% sure Cool J is still big enough for this shit would get me kicked. So I'm not gonna play L, bro. But that's L, bro. So far, we solid. L is still locked in. His social's still pretty lit, right? We saw he had like three M. You know what I'm saying on the Spotify. Okay, sitting at a cool 3.3 M on the IG. So it's safe to say LL Cool J is still active, still matters. You know what I'm saying? I think that's fair to say. I'm telling y'all, bro, this pack different, bro. Cause when I pulled the pack on my own, bro, I was pulling people where it was like, I feel like everybody I pull now gonna make me look like, damn, bro, you don't know who is, you ain't never heard of. This ain't like that first. I should have just reacted to the first pack and act like I was doing it from scratch. Cause the next one, bro, the next two gonna have me looking crazy, bro. For real. At least the next three. But I might be teaching somebody new, man. Somebody here might be new to hip hop and didn't know any of these people existed. So the next one we got is Public Enemy. Y'all see that? Let me switch out. Public Enemy, bro. Look at that. 7 of them motherfuckers. Public Enemy. Real names: Chuck D, Flavor Flav. Oh, they only got Chuck D and Flavor Flav name on here. Wasn't it at least 3 or 4 main Public Enemy members? Am I tripping? I don't know. Somebody let me know. Public Enemy's first major touring experience was on the Run DMC Beastie Boys tour of 1988. Ooh. Public Enemy was the opening act and soon became one of rap's most popular groups. Public Enemy has also performed concerts for convicts and the homeless and taken part in anti-drug and anti-gang activities. Label, guess it? You're right, Def Jam. So Public Enemy, bro, like, come on. Public Enemy is one of those people where, like, you damn near can't even start listening to hip hop without hearing the name. They almost come in like the original manual, you know what I'm saying? Like Intro to Hip Hop 101, damn near. 1.9 million monthly listeners, pretty solid for someone that hasn't dropped. They probably ain't dropped new music in decades, bro. I know they dropped the album 2020. Was this a remake? I think this might have been a remake. Mike D, Ad Rock, Run DMC. I don't know. I can't tell. Still 5 years ago, under exclusive license to Def Jam. I don't know. This might have been recent, but still, that's not bad. 2 million monthly listeners. That's still pretty good. They're still active on socials. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. 392K. Oh, they doing concerts still? Okay, they're at a festival in Vegas. Fair. Shout out to Public Enemy. Oh, they on tour. Damn. See, this would be the thing, bro. Old school acts, bro, they tour, bro. They tour. They'd be on like 20 city tour dates at once, bro. That should be crazy. So Public Enemy still popping, bro. Let's play a Public Enemy song. Somebody that ain't never heard Public Enemy before. What we got? Oh, Fight the Power, bro. Who ain't Fight the Power gonna get me kicked? Let's pick something else. Don't Believe the Hype gonna get me kicked. Fuck it. Let's play Don't Believe the Hype. Somebody ain't never heard. 90s rap was so funny, man. 90s rap was so funny, bro. Isn't it crazy to think that this was just like 30 years ago? Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild how fast speech and cadence and lingo and slang just changed? You know what I'm saying? Crazy, bro. Crazy. But that's Public Enemy, bro. I feel like Public Enemy is damn near rap 101. But that's fine, man. So far, I feel like we ain't hit nothing but legends. Public Enemy, LL Cool J, EPMD. These people, I feel like, are still very much regarded highly in the hip hop community. You know what I'm saying? Their monthly listeners are still all pretty well. I ain't seen anybody under 800K yet. You know what I'm saying? And for these to be artists that probably haven't, for the most part, dropped in years, if not decades, they seem pretty good, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. They seem pretty good. They seem pretty nice. They seem pretty nice. Who we got next? I'm gonna skip, but I'm about to mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna mix it up. Let me do this. Y'all see me? Look, right here. I'm mixing it up. Just to be fair. Just to keep it authentic, you know what I'm saying? Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Terminator X. Look at my guy. You know who he kind of look like? He kind of like B King. Am I tripping? RP B King. But don't he kind of like B King? I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Terminator X. This is funny. Hey, artists are funny, bro. Artists have always been funny. Look, it says for his name, it says only the Terminator knows for sure. So they didn't even get bro to give his real name. Here's his fact. Also known as the assault technician. Terminator X is the DJ with the highly controversial and influential group Public. Oh, he's Public Enemy's DJ. Okay, so we might have to skip this one. His turntable wizardry is featured on all three of the group's albums. Yo Bum Rush the Show in 1987. It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back, 1988. And Fear of a Black Planet, 1990. Label. Def Jam was signing DJs, bro. Hey, that's fire. The DJ got a baseball card. You know how big a DJ today would have to be for whoever was making these? I mean, I guess he was also the DJ of one of the biggest rap groups at the time. So I mean, that's not fair. I guess this would be the equivalent of like us making a Metro Boomin card today. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at that time. So I guess that's not fair to say. But so yeah, actually, yeah, never mind. Terminator X was like one of the biggest DJs. So I guess he don't have his own stuff then. We're not gonna be able to just look him up. Huh? Let me see. Yeah, nah, he ain't got his own nothing, I don't think. I don't think he got, yeah, Spotify. Maybe he on socials. Let me see. Probably on theirs, right? All right, nah, here go, bro, go. Let's see. He still posting? 16 hours ago. I'm assuming this is him. He's still out here DJing. Shout out to you, bro. Musicians work. Oh, yeah, nah, he's still out here, bro. Okay, nah, he's still doing his thing. Where he at? Drink special Jamaican menu. He got to be, oh, he in North Carolina. Does he live in North Carolina? Is he just like doing shows out there? Nah, he in North Carolina. Okay, so, bro, not bad, man. Not a bad way to kind of retire, settle down. DJ for one of the biggest hip hop groups in history. Move out to North Carolina where it's cheaper, a little more chill. You know what I'm saying? DJ the spots out there. I get it. I see the play. I see the blueprint. But he ain't got no music to play, I don't think. So, I mean, unless bro got a DJ set or something. I guess the Public Enemy stuff kind of counts for it. I just want to see him DJ. I'm trying to see if he got it. Terminator X to the Edge of Panic. What's this? Hey, that was his Metro Boomin Want Some More moment right there. That was hard. Isn't it so far to see how like some of these concepts and things that we see rappers do today, or producers or DJs, just people in the culture do today? Isn't it crazy to see like the iteration of it from decades ago? You know what I'm saying? Like they were still doing the same things. It just was different. And I'll give them credit, bro. It was a lot purer back then because they didn't know they could make money yet. Probably by this point, because this came out what? 1988. So this was their second album. So they knew they could make money by then. People were starting to see it. But a lot of these rappers, bro, in the beginning, they didn't know this shit was going to make them money, bro. They didn't know this was like the right thing to do. That was just doing shit. You know what I'm saying? And then it became like a staple. Other people saw it working, was like, oh, I should keep doing that, you know? So that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So I don't know, but Terminator X basically counts towards the Public Enemy, man. Public Enemy DJ. So this has been hard. But like I said, this pack is all legends, bro. This pack ain't gonna be as fun as the one I did on my own. Who we got next? Oh yeah, Beastie Boys. Mike D, King, Ad Rock, and MCA. The Beastie Boys were one of the first white rap groups to gain acceptance in the rap community. Their first hip hop hit, Hold It Now, Hit It, launched their rap success. Their first pop hit was Fight for Your Right to Party. It was the song that allowed them to achieve international fame, aka cross over to the white fans. Let's be real here. But it says that they were one of the first white rap groups to gain acceptance. Who else was out competing with them at the time for that? You know what I'm saying? Anybody in here a hip hop head that could tell me that? Like, who would have been the Beastie Boys competition? You know what I'm saying? For that at the time? How many other white rappers were there at that time? I can imagine not a lot, right? Like them, Marky Mark. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. But he would have came after them, bro. Wasn't fucking Beastie Boys were like one of the first like 5 really popping rap acts, right? Like super, super early. So I'm just trying to think who would have been competing with that with them for that title at the time, bro. But let's play some Beastie Boys. Let's see where the Beastie Boys at, man. Beastie Boys numbers I know still stupid, bro. I just seen a post for them pop up on my timeline like 3 days ago. I think they on like tour or something. Oh yeah, 7.7 million. Oh, they only got 7 point. I mean, that's a lot, but I would have thought it'd be way higher than that. 7.7. When the last time they dropped music? When's the last time they dropped music? 2011. That's not bad then. Okay, 20. You ain't dropped music in 14 years, and you still cracking 7 million monthly listeners. Oh yeah, bro. I'll take that all day. I'll take that all day. I don't know if I've ever actually seen this video. This is hard, but I've never seen this video before. This is a fire video. I fuck with it. The Beastie Boys are one of those groups that when I was younger, I just couldn't get into them. But they feel like someone that I might appreciate more now that I'm older. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, bro. I just could not get into their image and their brand. Like when I discovered their music growing up, but it just was not clicking for me, man. And then to see them today, you know, and they're basically all just like old white guys now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so interesting, bro. It's so interesting. But shout out to the Beastie Boys, man. Like I said, so far, bro, we got a pack of legit legends, bro. Nobody's been not a legend so far. Yeah, we only got like 4 left. Y'all think I should do 1 pack of stream? Y'all think I should do 2 packs of stream? I only got 4. I could do 2 packs, but I'm scared I get dupes. So far, we ain't got no dupes. So I don't owe nobody no subs. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see who we got next. Let's do that first. Let's see who we got next first. Oh, we got third base. Third base feels familiar. Third base sounds familiar. So it says third base, real names, MC Search, DJ Richie Rich, and Prime Minister Pete Nice, bro. They had crazy names, bro. Prime Minister Pete Nice. That's a crazy name, bro. That's a crazy rap name. Third Base's second album, Derelicts of Dialect, went gold in 24 days. Damn. This album contains their #1 hit, Pop Goes the Weasel, and a duet with rap group Nice and Smooth entitled Microphone Techniques. Label? Def Jam. Def Jam was in, bro. Def Jam was in. So let's look them up. Third Base. I don't know if I know Third Base. They went gold in 24 days. That's actually crazy. Even for back then, it's kind of crazy. What the fuck? All right, so let's see what they got. They sitting there. Oh, they actually. Is this him? See, I'm confused because on the picture, let's go back real quick. On the picture, it's 2 white dudes and a black dude, unless that's their DJ. But then we go back to the Spotify. It's just them. But there go the song, Pop Goes the Weasel. So this got to be it. Pop Go the Weasel is their biggest song. They only got 77,000 monthly listeners. It must have been like a 1 album hit out. Yep, out of here. The Cactus album and Derelicts of Dialect out in the Def Jam. So this is them. This is them. Let's go look at the video. Actually, let's see. We didn't even look at the Beastie Boys real quick. My bad, I'm tripping. My bad, yeah. I'm getting myself out of order. But yeah, they're active. Okay, yes. I got one of these posts not too long ago. I think it might have been this one. Oh no, that was 40 weeks ago. Actually, I don't know. Something from them came up on my timeline recently. Maybe it was the merch 6 weeks ago. I don't know. But they still active. Who knew? But let's look at Third Base real quick, bro. Like, I don't know. They still out. They can't be out, bro. I just don't believe it. Official Third Base. Hold up now. Hold up now. Okay, they posted last year. Breaking news, iconic hip-hop duo Third Base, MC Search, and Prime Minister Pete Nice today announced Third Base has reunited and is planning a North American tour in 2025. I'm not reading all this. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but I'm assuming the gist is we're back and we can't wait to hit the road. Touring off of 1 album from like 30, 40 years ago is kind of crazy, bro. This song must have been big, man. Let's look at the song, bro. That song must have been huge, bro. Watch it be one of these songs that I knew and didn't know I knew. That's how you know people was bored, bro. They ain't had too much to do back then, man. They just like watching shit. Are these the guys that the Beastie Boys card was talking about? Like, are these the guys that were fighting for top spot of white rappers at the time? Hey man, all I know is I don't ever want to hear none of you 90s hip hop niggas trash nothing ever again, bro. They said the card said this, bro. The card said this is their #1 song, and this is the song that helped their album go gold in 24 days. This song right here. I would love for somebody, if anybody is in chat over 42, I would love for you to explain that to me. I would love for you to explain to me the appeal of that at the time, because I'm not fucking with that. Pop goes the weed. I'm not fucking with that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But that's Third Base, man. Shout out to Third Base. You know what I'm saying? Like they took a little spiel. Actually, let's give them one more, bro. I can't go off of that, bro. I don't know. Is this the first flop we've seen? Not flop. But I don't think they're still legendary. I don't know if people still consider Third Base to be legendary. Not with 77,000 monthly listeners. But let's give their other song the benefit of the doubt. I gotta hear something, bro. I gotta get another benefit of the doubt, bro. It's called The Gas Face. Oh yeah, The Gas Face. Bro, what's this guy's name, bro? He was everywhere in the 90s, bro. He was voicing shit. Well, they had a bag by this point, so that kind of makes sense. I ain't gonna lie, man. Shame on you 90s niggas for letting the Beastie Boys think they had competition. If this was the Beastie Boys competition back then, bro, they ain't had no competition. Man trying to be Humpty. For real, that's exactly what it sounded like, bro. That's exactly what it sounded like. I'm just saying, man, there was a card earlier that said that the Beastie Boys fought for the position of number one white rap group at the time. Like, who was competing with the Beastie Boys of number one white rappers at the time? Was it them? They didn't even put their DJ on their Spotify profile, bro. Isn't that fucked up? They made sure they had their DJ on the card back then in the 90s. When that shit mattered. I don't know, man. But shout out to Third Base, man. Hopefully I ain't if that's somebody's favorite artist, bro, seek help. Who we got next? Oh, we got an easy one, bro. Run DMC. Who ain't never heard of Run DMC before? Somebody here might have never heard of Run DMC, but Run DMC, bro, real name Joseph Simmons, Daryl McDaniels, and Jason Mizell. Jam Master Jay is Run DMC's DJ. He also produces some of Run DMC's and the Afro's music. Oh, that's crazy. See, y'all didn't see it, but off stream, I know, but at the top of the stream, I was like, who are these people? The Afros. The Afros was their affiliate. But you know what's so interesting? If you look at every single big artist, like literally think of any superstar or big artist you can think of. You can go look at their early projects and mixtapes, and they always have like a group of friends they were trying to put on before they got famous. Always, bro. Every single big rapper, bro. Go look at their first like 1 to 3 projects. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 4, depending on how long they were grinding before they took off. Every single one always has a group of artists that we're rapping with and making music with before they take off. You can see where they take off, and then you never see them ever again, or ever hear from them ever again. And apparently, I feel like that's who the Afros were for Run DMC. I could be wrong. Once again, if there's somebody in the chat and they know more about this history than me, I'm down to be educated. But this is my perspective on it so far. But it says he produces the Afro's music through his own JMJ Records on the RAL label. He began his career in music at age 13, playing bass and guitar in rock bands around Hollis, Queens, New York. The label is The Profile. Damn, the whole card was about Jam Master Jay. That was crazy. But think about how far Jam Master Jay had to be. That the card is about Run DMC, but the whole fun fact ended up being about him. Does Run DMC have their own socials? Okay, they do. 131K. I mean, they Run DMC, bro. That's like one of the most iconic rap brands and logos ever. You know what I'm saying? Who here ain't heard of Run DMC, man? Do I really got to play a Run DMC song? What's their Spotify monthly listeners at? Damn, nope. 5.2 million? Damn, that's kind of steep, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I know they ain't dropped music. They probably ain't dropped music since the 90s. And still sitting at 5 million? Okay, no, this don't count. When's the last time they dropped original music? See, because y'all got to peep the game that Legacy Acts play, bro. Once you get in the game for a long time, they start doing the same shit, bro. Dropping legacy compilations, like almost like playlists, but on CDs, remixes of their old shit. They got a game plan, bro. Major labels, publishing companies get real smart when it comes to their legacy acts and their legacy catalogs. But when's the last time they dropped original music, bro? It has to at least have been in the 90s, probably. I don't know. I don't feel like going that deep on it. But they got 5 million monthly listeners, so that's hard. Shout out to them, man. Bro, 430 must have been the sweet spot for videos back then. They probably were telling all their artists to make their videos at least 4 to 4 minutes, because every single video we've watched so far has been between like 4:15 and like 4:40. It's weird. Every single one. Even the one that didn't have a skit, like the Third Base one. Like one of the third, no, all of them had skits. Yeah, they all have been around like the 4.5 minute mark. Crazy, bro. That must have been a hack back then. Oh, look at this, bro. They're a minute. They were so confident you were going to stick around and watch this video, bro. We're a minute in, and we ain't even heard the song yet. Like, come on, we don't all heard this, bro. We don't all heard a Run DMC song before. Am I wrong? At this point, bro, one of the most iconic rap brands, we don't all heard of Run DMC, man. I ain't gonna do that to y'all. I ain't gonna do it to y'all, man. So far, bro, this pack is all legends, bro. We all legends. I think I got like 3 left. Yeah, I got like 3 left. My bad, y'all. I thought I knocked something down. But we got like 3 left. Run DMC, third base. Third base is the only one I would argue not legendary still. Maybe. I don't know. Let somebody tell me that. BC Boys, Terminator X, Public Enemy, LL Cool J, EPMD. And we not counting Terminator X and Public Enemy as a dupe because it's 2 different cards technically. But I feel like this one been legends all so far. I'm going to go through some of the ones from that first pack I opened, the one I opened off camera. Because that one had a couple people I hadn't heard of. But let's get into like these last 3. Next one we got Chuck D. Chuck D. Chuck D might be a little lesser known for some of the youngest, but I feel like most super hip hop heads fuck with Chuck D. Real name, Carlton Rittenauer. That's a 5 last name. Chuck D is the lead rapper of Public Enemy and writes most of the Public Enemy rhymes. He was a DJ on a college radio station with MTV's Dr. Dre. They had a Dr. Dre, like, that was on MTV at the same time as Dr. Dre, the producer. That's funny. Chuck espouses the teachings of Malcolm X and other black activists of the past in an effort to instill pride among Public Enemy's followers. Label, Def Jam. I wonder if Def Jam commissioned these cards. Nah, MTV would have did it, right? Def Jam was getting hella free promo back then. It's crazy. So let's look at some Chuck D stuff, right? Because Chuck D started off on Public Enemy. But bro definitely built his own separate brand outside of it, I believe, right? Didn't Chuck D have solo stuff? Yeah, okay, I thought so. Chuck D is a solo artist, 36,000. I thought Chuck D had something bigger than that as a solo artist, bro. Why do I think he had something bigger as a solo act? All his big stuff was as Public Enemy? Yeah, it looks like it. And he had a couple of features. Never mind then. Shit, my bad. My bad. So we already looked at Public Enemy. So that one don't count either. Like I said, if it's people from the same group, and y'all can let me know if this is fair. Because I said I was giving away subs on Twitch for any dupe cards that we pull. So 1 dupe will be 1 sub. I'm not counting it as a dupe if they're from the same group. So like, for example, there's a Public Enemy card and there's a Terminator X and a Chuck D card. I'm not counting those as like Public Enemy dupes. Because I feel like, other than the DJ, you could argue like, hey, they put stuff out individually. They were solo acts in some senses, sometimes. So those don't count as dupes. Unless y'all think we should count them as dupes, then I'll keep that in mind and run it on the next one. But this one, it ain't going to be dupes. But let's check out these last 2. Last one we got, Main Source. So Main Source I'm not familiar with. I don't think I've heard of them. The Large Professor, Sir Scratch, K-Cut. It says the group produced their debut album, Breaking Atoms. Hailing from Queens, New York, they decided to produce their own album so that their music could sound totally different from the rap music out there. Label, Wild Pitch. What is that? That's not a fact. That's not a fun fact. We decided to produce our own music because we didn't want to sound like everybody else in New York at the time. Man, that's some shit every artist would say. I can't think of one artist that wouldn't say they did it for exactly that reason, bro. Other than maybe they did it because they wanted ease in making their own stuff. Maybe that. I can see that. But let's check out some of this stuff, man. What is it? It even tell that biggest song, Main Source. Okay, 86,000 monthly listeners. Doesn't look like they made it to that legendary status. Let's see if they still active on socials. Is this them? Nope, didn't think. Is this them? No. Nope, don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that's them. Don't look like they got a socials. Main Source the band, maybe. Is this it? Main Source DJ K Cut. Wasn't it the guy named K Cut? Okay, yeah, no, this is them right here. Okay, so 5,000 monthly listeners. Looks like the DJ still pretty active. Yeah, he posted like a week ago. The page posted like 2 years ago. So they still kind of active, a little active on socials. What's the DJ look like? Okay, this bro right here. Yep, this him right here. Okay. Fa. Let's check him out. Let's see what they was working with. What was their biggest song on Spotify? Live at the Barbecue? I don't know if I ever heard that. Oh, they didn't even have a music video for it, did they? This is their biggest song. They didn't have a music video for it? No, I want to watch a video. Hold up, wait. Damn, they ain't got a YouTube channel, bro. Hey, bro, you gotta fix that, big dog. I just wanted to see. Yeah, they didn't. It says their biggest song. They never got to make a music video for it. So what's the song they do got a video for? What's this? And see, it's so interesting about hip hop, bro. Especially back then. Sometimes, bro, some of these artists' biggest claim to fame. And I guess that'd be arguably artists today. Some of them kind of hit the same bucket, right? But their claim to fame is sometimes bigging up and helping put on somebody else that became super legendary, right? Like you can see this. I mean, footage of an 18-year-old Nas rapping, bro. This is like hip hop history right here. You know what I'm saying? And they got to be the group that facilitated that, so then they're in history forever because of that. Okay, this is hard. I want to hear something with just them though, man. Were they like kind of like a producer group? Because everything I see got other people on it. Live at the Barbecue was clearly their main joint because that joint is everywhere. And I'm guessing a lot of it has to do with Nas being on it. Oh, wait, here we go. Main source, everybody. Main source. Last one, KMD. I'm not familiar with them either. KMD. I don't think I'm familiar with them. So it says Zev Love X, Sub Rock, and Onyx. KMD hail from Long Island, New York, also known as Strong Island. And were discovered by the rap group Third Base. There we go. There go that connected shit, man. Right back to the other group, Third Base. That was the white dudes that was competing with, you know what I'm saying, your boy. Zev Love appeared on Third Base's debut album, the Cactus album. It was their association with the group Third Base, which led them to Elektra Records, who later released their debut album, Mr. Hood. So let's check them out. KMD, man. KMD, did y'all survive, bro? Did y'all survive? Okay. 130,000 monthly listeners. Not too crazy, not too crazy. They on socials, KMD. Is this them? No, this is a person I follow. My bad, bro. Oh, I don't even follow you, bro. My bad, bro. You know, it don't look like they got a socials that they keeping going crazy. What was that biggest song? Peach Fuzz? Let's check it out. This is hard, bro. KMD, but I don't think they made it, bro. I don't know if they're considered to be legendary. And that was one of the biggest things, like I said, that made me want to do this stream. I'm gonna go through the rest of the card packs at a different time. But I'll even show y'all, like I said, like with the first pack that I'll open off stream, bro. Like Bill Bell DeVoe, right? Legendary. Who don't know Bill Bell DeVoe? BC Boys, legendary. That would have been a dupe. Rapping is Fundamental. Never heard of them before I opened these cards, bro. Never heard of Rapping is Fundamental. I looked them up before. The Afros. This was the group that the Run DMC card was saying that they put on. Had never heard of them. Big Daddy Kane, obviously. Big Daddy Kane, you know what I'm saying? Ed OG and the Bulldogs, bro. Never heard of them. And I'm going through them like, man, they go Main Source again. Right? They would have had another card. That would have been a dupe. Thank God. Thank God we didn't count this pack. Digital Underground, heard of them. Kool Moe Dee, right? Who don't know Kool Moe Dee? You know what I'm saying? LL Cool J. They got like 30 LL Cool J cards in here, bro. Here go one. Here go another one. They love LL Cool J in the 90s, bro. That nigga was their Drake. Slick Rick. Right? Obviously, everybody know. Hills, the hills, the hills, the hills. You know what I'm saying? We all know Slick Rick. Tone Loc, I had never heard of, and Black Sheep, I had never heard of. So these were like two. So my biggest point when doing this was, like I said, bro, I feel like today's generation gets so much undeserved criticism of our music quality. People love to talk about, man, listen to the shit these motherfuckers making. This shit ain't even gonna be here. People ain't even gonna be listening to this 20, 30 years from now. Bro, every generation got that. Every generation got artists that we look to them to we look to those artists and we understand that they represent and they define their generation. But then there's also hundreds and hundreds and dozens of artists who were fighting for that same spot from that time frame that didn't make it, that we don't make fun of because we didn't know they existed. Because most people aren't going back in time and looking through catalogs and history books and things to piece together who these people are, right? How many people are gonna go out and buy Yo MTV Rap cards to learn that history? Not too many, bro. So when we become old people, when we're in our 60s and 70s and 80s, it's gonna be the same way, bro. It's gonna be the same shit. Kids gonna be stumbling across Lil Pump. Like kids gonna be coming across like Lil Pump or something, you know what I'm saying? Being like, hey bro, who is this? Like I never heard of him, dad. I'm like, oh, let me tell you about D-Rose, D-Rose, D-Rose. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna be the vibe, bro. So I don't know. I hope somebody sees that and is inspired, bro. And if you don't believe it, if the cars don't do it enough for you, I'm telling you, when you get some time, go to a record store, like a record store that sells vinyl. Old school vinyl, not just the new poppin' stuff. Walk down the aisles, pick up some of the vinyl records, look at the covers, and look those bands and those artist names up, bro. You're going to come across dozens of artists that you have never heard of. Got a crazy fire cover art. You know what I'm saying? You can see they were hungry. You can see they were young and hungry, but you can see it in their eyes, but you never heard of them. They never broke through for whatever reason. Every generation got it. Every generation got it. So that was what I want to do, man. But I think I'm gonna open up another pack on stream either later this week or next week. I kind of want to drag this out. I got some ideas for this content, so I'm gonna drag it out a little bit. But I don't know, man. Hopefully, like I said, for the next pack we open, every dupe that we get, I'm gonna donate a sub. So make sure you tap in, watch it. You might look up and it be you. If you watching it on TikTok, come follow me on Twitch. If you're watching on Twitch, go check out my TikTok. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be live again. Why is it? It keeps restricting my live on TikTok, man. I think it's because I cursed, bro. TikTok live be trying to violate you, man. But I'm gonna be back on later in the week. I got some reactions I need to do, so I'll probably do it tomorrow or later tonight. I don't know. We'll see how things go. And then I'm gonna be back doing content reviews pretty soon. So if you want to tap in, get that checked out, just watch out for the announcement, and we'll just go from there. And then other than that, if you want to learn a little bit of hip hop history, well, I'll learn a little bit of hip hop history. Come tune in for when I open these Yo MTV Rap cards. You know what I'm saying? Next one, next Thursday, probably. I'll probably do it next Thursday, next Tuesday, but I'll figure out how to get the word out. Other than that, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Y'all be safe. Stay out this weather if you're somewhere rainy, and if you're somewhere sunny, go outside and enjoy it for me. And that's it. Peace.